Brianne Showman here with Get Your Fix Physical Therapy and Performance, and this is your Friday Fix. Starting a new series. Today I wanted to dive into strength required for hanging transitions. Any of us in the obstacle course racing world know at some point we need to do transitions in a hanging position. There's a number of different obstacles that require us to be hanging and swing from one to the other. What is all required for that? A lot, first and foremost, but primarily we need grip strength. In order to be able to hang for any period of time, we need to have the strength in our grip to maintain that. I ultimately like to see people be able to hang for a minute from a bar and have their grip maintain that entire time, but in all reality, we need to be able to hang for at least like 5 to 10 seconds, but here's the kick. You need to be able to hang with one arm. Support yourself with your grip on one hand for that period of time, because that's the only way you're going to be able to transition from one to the next. We also need shoulder strength and shoulder stability. If we don't have the strength and stability through that shoulder, anytime we're going to hang, it's basically just going to tear us out of our socket, essentially, causing a lot of risk of injury. Versus when we have good control, we bring that shoulder back to connect with that rib cage, making sure everything's nice and strong, nice and stable. It allows us to have somewhere solid to swing from and have that transition from. If we don't have that solid base there at where that shoulder connects to the ribs and the shoulder blade, we're not going to be able to transition appropriately, properly, safely. Going down the chain, core strength is essential. In order to even be able to swing at all, you need core strength, you need core control. We do initiate some of our movement from that shoulder and having that good control there, but we can't control that swing if we don't have good core control. A lot of the issues I see with a lot of people I work with, either athletes working on transitions or athletes working on CrossFit gymnastics skills, muscle ups, pull ups, all of those activities, we're lacking core control. We aren't going to be able to be successful with any of these movements until we get good core control in that hanging position with that swing. The other thing that we need with these transitions, with these hanging transitions, sometimes, and it's dependent on how you transition, is bicep strength. If you go forward, so hand here, and transition that way, we don't need a whole lot of bicep strength. We need some, but not a terrible amount. If you transition sideways, that's when you're going to need that bicep strength. To transition sideways, we're more bent arm in this position. It's not a bad thing, it's not actually a good thing. It just depends on what works for you best, forward or sideways. And some can be fatigue dependent, weather dependent, a lot of variables play into it that we want to know actually how to do transitions both ways. But in order to do sideways, we need a bicep strength. Because you're in this position, you're going to meet hands, elbows are still going to be bent in order to get to that next one. Meet hands, and that's how you transition across. Can you do sideways from a full hang? Maybe. I've never actually attempted it. I always go slight bent in order to actually do it, just because that's going to be the way that you're going to get the most control and the most efficiency with that. If you guys have any questions on this, if you are wondering where you might be weaker at, definitely shoot me a message, email me. Feel free to ask any questions you have about which area you might be weaker at, or maybe how you actually improve these different areas. I'd love to have a conversation with you and see where I can help you in this process. That's all I have for you guys today. Stay tuned next week, and then until then, let's go out and get your fix.